Cardinals, Browns. So the Browns at home, I believe they are as favorites. The Cardinals, the last time these two faced was a really good game, I remember. Kyler Murray versus Baker Mayfield, two former Oklahoma Sooners quarterbacks, two former Heisman winners, a lot of storylines heading into this game, two former number one overall picks in back-to-back years. The Cardinals still undefeated at this time. The Browns lost a crazy thriller, heartbreaker against the Chargers. I mean, I thought the Browns should have came down with that Hail Mary at the end, honestly. I know Drew was a little bit salty on this one. A little bit of insight here from our own Ohio-based expert, Drew Hagenbaugh. Apparently, the Browns were dealing with a lot of injuries during that game on their defense. Myles Garrett was a little bit banged up. Denzel Ward was a little bit banged up. So that might be some stuff to monitor as we head into this one. And certainly defensive injuries are not stuff you want to hear exactly whenever you face the Cardinals. Now, as a Niners fan watching the Niners-Cardinals games from the past weekend, one thing I noticed was Kyler Murray had some sort of bicep injury almost, because they were massaging him. They were trying to like coax him. He did look like obviously discomforted on the sideline. And that's not nothing, because whenever you look at what happened to Kyler Murray last year, where he was honestly one of the league's worst quarterbacks, a bottom half quarterback following the shoulder injury, that injury played a lot into his season. Is this going to be another moment in which he has an injury that starts to derail his potential MVP campaign? We'll see. I'm going the Browns. I think that this is an opportunity for them to bounce back. Their defense, if they are in fact healthy, I think can do a great job of containing Kyler Murray in similar ways to how the 49ers were able to contain Kyler Murray. And their offense and running game, I think, is going to be good enough to really kind of show the holes within that Cardinals defense. Yes, the Cardinals defense has been good this year, and they have been really good about getting takeaways. But as long as they're safe and conservative with the ball, I think Kevin Stefanski could develop a good game plan for the Browns to win this weekend at home.
Adding to the list of injuries that you mentioned before, Jadeveon Clowney has already been ruled out for Sunday's game against the Arizona Cardinals for the Browns. You mentioned the last time the Browns played the Cardinals, I believe that was 2019, because I remember Kenyon Drake had 4 touchdowns in that game. This was right after he got traded from the Dolphins to the Cardinals. And I'm still convinced to this day that the Cardinals gave Kenyon Drake $11 million just for that one game. Just because he scored 4 touchdowns against the Browns, they gave him $11 million last year. And he didn't fit into the offense. He was just kind of a quagmire in 2020. But they gave him all that money from one game against the Browns and Freddie Kitchens defense. So going into this game, I really like the Cardinals. Not just because they're undefeated, and not just because I host the Red Rain podcast with Walter Mitchell over on SB Nation, which you can check out with the Take It Easy podcast link. I am taking the Arizona Cardinals this week. I do think that even with Kyler Murray's bicep injury, I do think they'll be able to move the ball against the Cleveland Browns. The running game is concerning for Arizona because Cleveland is very good at stopping the run, and Chase Edmonds has been battling injuries for Arizona. So I think a lot of their success is going to be in the passing game. We think of Kyler Murray as this like running quarterback as well. And Kyler Murray has pretty much deferred from running the football for the most part this year. I believe right now he's like 13th in rushing yards in the NFL. So I think this is going to be a pass heavy game. I think they might go for 400 yards passing in this game. Arizona, this is going to be one of those games where I think Arizona is going to score a lot, but Kyler Murray's offensive line, I believe, if I remember correctly, is ranked 3rd according to Pro Football Focus right now, which is weird because like we've never thought of the Cardinals having a great offensive line. Walter over on Red Rain says this is the best offensive line he has seen in 25 years of watching Cardinals football. And Rodney Hudson was a huge acquisition for them. They're hoping to get Justin Pugh back. Justin Murray battled injuries, but I think he played against the 49ers. So that should be okay for Arizona. And even if the offensive line breaks down, or even if you have 3rd round pick Josh Jones blocking Myles Garrett, Kyler Murray can buy time in the pocket. Kyler Murray can run around the backfield and buy enough time and roll to his left and hit Rondale Moore on perfect 50-yard strikes within like a 7-inch window, because Kyler Murray is really good at football. And bicep injury permitting, Kyler Murray is really good at football. So For the first time, we will go against each other, and I have the Arizona Cardinals to continue their run for the third consecutive week as the only undefeated team left in professional football.